There's a comparison between two pre-owned cars that we have here at Porsche Irvine. Between that 22 Turbo S Cabriolet and this 2020 Huracan EVO, spyder as they call it. Well, I know it's four-wheel drive like the Turbo S, your carbon ceramic brakes like the Turbo S, Cabriolet or spyder, obviously. The difference in the EVO, they say, is with the aerodynamics, where they add in an extra splitter that's supposed to, it says on the website, 5 times more downforce than the regular Huracan. The V10 naturally aspirated. It's very lightly used for a 20. And so it obviously would look brand new. The body is really clean. Don't know exactly what color this is. It does look purple in some lights and then light blue in other lights. So if you're a Lamborghini enthusiast, maybe you could say in the comments what color this is. But very clean on the outside. Inside, black and yellow. That's really cool carbon fiber. It's not like the usual mesh. Alcantara on the steering wheel. And I think these are the sport seats. Looks like they're 8 ways with lumbar. Door locks, mirror adjustments, fold and unfold the mirrors. Maybe I have to turn it on. One thing looking around this car, I couldn't find like the accessory mode. It's just like either on or off. So let's go ahead and turn it on, put on the brake. Lights, auto, maybe parking lights, turn the low beam on, fog lights. This has got to be the brightness of the instruments. Let me turn this off. Volume, volume, volume. That's a lot of steps to go through to lower the music. There's got to be, that is indicators, your flasher, your windshield wipers, your cruise control, and this is information display on the dash by pressing that. Little mode button here on the steering wheel. Starts off in Strata, which I'm guessing is for street. And then you also have Sport, it changes the exhaust note. And then you have Corsa, which changes the dash to this. Oh, that sounds good. Huge paddle shifters. I really like it when cars put the shifters on the stock and not the wheel. Porsche always puts them on the wheel. Window up, front axle lift up, electronic stability control on off, hazards, parking is that parking camera? Oh yeah, parking camera in the dash. Oh, auto start and stop in your window. Then they have this screen here that handles your air conditioning, media, phone, all the stuff is just on this one screen here in the center console. Oh, okay, so this is immediate. It's got to be your, no, it just gets you to your volume, your speaker adjustments. Of course, the famous Lamborghini fighter pilot gun activator switch or gun access switch. Reverse is pulling up on this, park, and then for manual shifting down here. This is to put your top down. Let's go ahead and see how that works. Very cool. And then this is to open up your two side windows a little bit, and then the back window of the convertible just to crack it all three open at the same time. Cup holder. How do you access cup holder? Oh, there it is. Press in. Oh, that's tiny. That is tiny. That must be like an espresso cup holder. Oh, of course, it's Italian. Espresso cup. It's super small. I don't know what kind of cup you'd be able to get into that. Oh, and then check this out. There is another cup holder, or this is the ashtray for the smoking passage or package underneath underneath the center console. You have an ashtray. Oh, maybe will that fit in here? Let's see. It does. So that's where you put your ashtray. Interesting. I didn't realize that. So back under here. Yeah, so you store your ashtray. Speaker in the center there, some USB ports, cigarette lighter. Very nice. Like the yellow on black. All right, let's take this thing for a drive. Okay, it's in manual. This car has 3,322 miles on it right now. So lightly used for model year 2020, as I'm sure most Italian sports cars are, lightly used. Oh, it sounds good. I can tell you, a lot more people look at you in a Lamborghini. If you're buying a sports car like this, it's to be looked at because, first of all, the sound will draw people to look at your car, and it's just a cool looking car. You know, it looks like a supercar. It reminds you of the old school Lamborghini Countach. So if you're buying a Lamborghini, you definitely don't want to be shy or not want to be looked at by other people, because people are going to stare. Oh, that backfire, or that, what is it called? Overrun when you downshift. Sounds really good. So, talking about price, yeah, $290. This is listed for $294 right now. The good thing about the way AutoNation prices their cars, it's a one price setup, so what it's listed at is what they'll sell it for. The computer says $294, they can't sell it for anything but $294. Sometimes the prices will fluctuate. They'll go up one week, they'll go down the next week, they'll go back up the next or the following week, depending on what the cars are selling for live around the nation. The computer automatically adjusts the prices of these cars. That's why you'll see a QR code instead of a window sticker, or on the window sticker instead of an actual printed price. It's because it's constantly fluctuating. So that way you don't have to be worried about overpaying for the car, because they will sell it for at market or below market, depending on the car and how popular it is. This car definitely feels fast, it feels light. A website says it goes 0 to 60 in 3.1. I don't doubt that, it feels like it. So now let's go ahead and drive the Turbo S. As with the Lamborghini, four-wheel drive, PCCB brakes. I can see it has the LED matrix headlight, remote park assist. When you see these little knobs on the front and then also on the rear, these little sensors, that means you could actually have the car parallel park from you when you're in the car. You could have it remote park outside the car by using the My Porsche app. You can move it in and out of tight spaces or tight garages. This little ball right here is your adaptive cruise control, and InnoDrive, which also measures speed limits and hills and curves and things like that. These cameras right here, that's your front camera. It has the surround view, which is like that satellite view from the top down when you're parking. Very useful on these cars where you're sitting low into the seats to be able to see the edges of the cars. Has your lane change assist, which is blind spot indicator. Oh, it has the sport package, which gives you these little winglets on the side of the wings, and then also added trim around the side and the front here. It also has PASM, which is your active stability management system. It also lowers the car by 10 millimeters. And then another good option because of that is your front axle lift system to clear low driveways, which is always a good option on these cars. This car has 9,000 miles on it. It looks very well taken care of. Paint is super clear, carbon fiber caps. I don't see any curb rash on the wheels. Top looks very nice. Sport exhaust has your exclusive manufacturer taillights. It's very clean. Looks perfect for 9,000 miles. Okay, let's go on the inside. On the inside, we have a Burmester sound system, which if you've ever compared a Burmester to the Bose system that you can opt into Porsches, it is definitely worth for $6,000 if you're an audiophile. It sounds amazing. It has like the complete leather package, or almost complete. I'll show you why. With deviated yellow stitching, it's like every panel that can be made in leather has been made with leather with deviated stitching, except for two things. They didn't do the steering wheel surround, and they didn't do this piece around the rear view mirror. It can also be opted in leather, but everything else is leather inside this Turbo S. Sport GT steering wheel with Power Steering Plus, which varies the input of the steering wheel depending on how fast you're going. Yellow gauges, Porsche crest in the headrests. All right, let's take it around the block. Put it in sport. We'll put it in manual shifting. Let's go. Immediate driving impressions. The driving position is a little bit more upright. I mean, you can lean the seat back, but it just feels like a taller ride than the Lambo. You see more of the car out in front of you, understandably, with the headlight haunches. Porsche designs that in there so that it's easier for you to tell your apexes when you're in turns. Okay, here we go. Sounds good. I mean, it's not a V10. All right, let's see if we can get on those binders. Oh, no problem. I could have braked so much later. Woo! That is fast. Okay, they say 0 to 60 in this car is 2.7 seconds on the website, so a little bit quicker than the Lamborghini twin turbo flat six versus the V10 naturally aspirated. It's not as loud as the Lamborghini. I mean, that engine in the Lambo just like right behind your head just sings to you, but this definitely feels faster. Or I could tell on that launch, the front end pulling versus the Lamborghini. When you got on it, it felt more rear biased, almost like I had to hang on a little bit when I accelerated in the Lamborghini. But this, it was like, you could definitely tell it was pulling from the front on that launch. Almost felt like it was losing traction on the front end. Sounds good though. I mean, sport exhaust, nice pops and gurgles, snaps. The Lamborghini is so much more oral in the experience, understandably. This is like $42,000 less than the Lamborghini. So let's talk about my final thoughts. All right, you're in the market for a $300,000 pre-owned sports cars. The Lamborghini versus the Porsche. Here's the analogy I give after driving both of these cars. If you want to be seen and heard, the Lambo's the car to get. Really like having a supermodel girlfriend. You know that everybody is looking at your friend wherever you go, and that's driving this car. Versus the Turbo S, which feels faster. It's like having a professional dancer friend, and everybody maybe not notice her until you ask her to perform. That's when you're gonna notice your Turbo S. Quieter, it gives you more confidence driving fast than the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini feels like you gotta hold on. The Turbo S is just blisteringly quiet and fast. That's my take on these two cars. You want to see them, come down to Porsche Irvine while they're still here. Thanks for watching.